Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at, ladies and gents. I am Kura Isagami, your resident Tinkerer and Medarotter, and this is the Medarot News Network, bringing you all the latest developments and happenings with our favorite pet fighting robot series. Well, there you have it, folks. Starting us off with the month of January and the start of the new year is another special time around for Medarot S, and that is the time that they make some new friends and make an official collaboration with another very big name franchise. This time in particular, a staple in anime history that shaped a lot of the genre that it started and based out of. It is the legendary series Neon Genesis Evangelion. Lots of models, lots of events, and lots of rewards to obtain of very iconic models, some of which even possibly packing even brand new skills, no less. For instance, with Unit 01. That being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the beginning of this week's analysis and reporting. Starting off the new year with this episode, Accrual Metals Thesis. Starting with the gacha banners, this time you saw that we had 6 models starting up with the collaboration, but this time we are only going to be getting 2 of them to start us off, and we will be getting another 2 every other week or so through the month of January. So we do have plenty of time to kind of space things out. This week, however, we are highlighting the 2 main units, the first of which is EVM-01N Unit 01, with the kit of Predator, Microwave, Railgun, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Shape Memory. And behind him, we also have EVM-0N Unit 0, with the kit of Restore, Guard 500, Sacrifice, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Super Armor. Now, just alone between these 2 models, they are packing some equivalently nasty specs across the board, or even possess some very powerful synergy with each other. Unit 1, for instance, is packing a brand new skill being introduced to the game called Predator, which, simply explained, will sap 100% of anything in the target's Metaforce gauge, fill their own with what they stole, and then apply Confuse effect to self. Folks that have watched the original series of Evangelion may know this particularly well when Unit 1 did go berserk and consume an engine core with this same mechanic. These 2 models, as mentioned, are packing some really nasty specs and some very powerful skills you really do not want to go about missing once this event does go live this coming Thursday. But that's not the end either. As not only with the introduction of the first 2 of 6 collaboration models, we are also getting a rerun of 2 rather well-known iconic models as reruns. The first of which is KBT-05M Saikachis, with a kit of Missile, Rifle, Gatling, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Gunman. Saikachis is also capable of meta change, whereas he changes his kit out for Missile, Crossfire set and release, his leg type to wield, and his leg ability to abscond. Next to him, we do also see KWG-05M Dorcas, with the kit of Radar Sight, Sword, Hammer, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of B-Loader. Dorcas also is capable of meta change as well, changing his kit out for Hammer, Anti-Air, Anti-Sea, Multi-Legs, and the leg ability of Breakneck. So, much like with the EVM models, these 2 also will be very solid to shoot for as well and collect, but given that we have a collaboration incoming, all priority and resources will naturally need to go to the Evangelion models first. So, since we do have a lot of those models to collect this month around, where normally we may only get, say, 2 or 3 tops to spread out, this week may be rather busy and going to be especially hard on your Ruby stocks. So make sure that you have those stocked as high as you can. Pray to Lady Luck for just a little bit of a benefit and start making good on those rolls, because these are models you definitely do not want to miss out on. Now, with the fierce battles going on this week, it's going to be a little lower key essentially in what is being offered, but still very handy skills all the same. Spearheading us with the fierce battles will be SKD-0 Sagoto, with the kit of Beam, Double Hold, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Captor. Behind him, we see SCB-0 Kanabunbun, the parody of Metabee from Medarot 5, with the kit of Triple Bug, Multi-Legs, and the leg ability of Spearhead. And then, last but not least, we also see LLY-0 Lily Madonna, with the kit of Triple Laser, Tank Legs, and the Haja leg ability. Now, these models in particular, we actually haven't seen in the Fierce Battle realm for quite some time now. Lily Madonna and Kanabunbun especially have been relatively sparse when it comes to the weekly cycles. So for folks that are still just new to the game or just brand new playing day one, these are models you definitely don't want to miss out on, as even if they are only 1-star and farmable parts, they still are some very solid skills to get you off the ground and get you going while you collect stronger ones. That being said, as an MVP of the week, even though all 3 of them do actually have very good skills to make use of, I would have to give the MVP of the week to Lily Madonna for a number of reasons. Normally, I tend not to grade tank legs very highly or recommend them very eagerly, but laser is a very solid shooting skill you can use pretty much anywhere, and with it being Metaforce reliant for damage bonus, that speaks for itself, especially for female teams, which usually aren't very well known for having a lot of powerful skills that you can make use of. And even though tank legs may not mean you kind of sacrifice a lot of your mobility, the Haja leg ability for stat cleanse does kind of forgive itself just a little bit in this sense. Behind her, I would have to give an honorable mention to Kanabunbun, given that Bug can be very handy for stall tactics with turn skipping, and multi-legs with spearhead means you will have just a little bit extra speed working for you when you're running to the line. Now, in light of the collaboration itself, the first big piece of news that we got breaking down was also the introduction of the SR or collaboration Medarots for the special banner that also will be going live to highlight them. This week in particular, we will be seeing highlights for Arase and Hisaki in specialized skins commemorating the event. And for the special abilities, Arase in particular will buff damage by 20 to 30% at the cost that you take 1.5 times damage for that turn that you have your power boosted. So a little bit of a glass cannon give and take there, but if you can cover yourself right, you can definitely comp this weakness very easily. Hisaki, on the other hand, we've actually seen this skill previously. This will be a good chance for anyone that missed the first time to pick it around again. And this is that armor never drops below 50% for 1 turn when you are being attacked. Now, this can be a very handy skill for a number of reasons, and not just for the face value of your armor doesn't go down past a certain point. This also saves you from particularly deadly kill moves, such as, say, even Destroy, Rock Crusher Metaforce if you're using a meta-changed Medarot, or even something of the like. This can very easily save your skin if timed right, and buy yourself just that extra bit of time, and give you someone you really don't have to focus on surviving with, because they can handle themselves for that extra turn. Now with the event itself, because it very likely will be going on through the entirety of this month, given that we have 3 sets of collaboration models to go through, I do suspect that this will be the first of several parts to the collaboration event. This week in particular will be specializing in the first group of rewards, which will include Medarotter skins for Hotomi and Dr. Armand, also known as Dr. Meta Evil for those who know the character, but it is also worth noting that even though they are both R rank, this will be the very first time ever that Dr. Armand is actually collectible as a Medarotter. Normally we only had, say, data on him or saw him as an enemy NPC Medarotter, but this is now hits as a token that we can use and collect and make use of specifically as a character to equip on teams. In addition to those two, we do also see the Penguin Medal as a reward with a kit with a mastery in melee, healing, and defense, and a leg mastery in biped, multi, and sea legs. So another very solid medal to add to the collections. Then we also have an EVA collab skin for Cross, which will color him very similarly to Unit 01. Also very good. It is also worth noting, for sake of mentioning with skins, that skins and color chips stack, which means if you aren't too keen on the colors, that's perfectly fine. You can slap a color chip on that bad boy and color it to whatever you need, given the parameters of the color filter. And then we also have a commemorative profile banner, specialized tickets, and much, much more. Like I said, I suspect this is going to be the beginning of a very, very busy January, not just to start us off with Medarot, but also to kick off the new year with a very big event to get started on the right foot. The event itself, in terms of how to collect points, will be milestone-based, which means that each part that you equip will tag to a modifier of a percentage modifier to the number of points you can earn upon completion of a round. That being said, pure sets are encouraged if you want to make the most of all the bonuses this time around, and maximize on your point payout each round when winning. That means if you get lucky and snag units 0 and 0-1, you would want to use them as pure sets, and then say use Saikachis or even Dorcas as your, or even Cross Messiah as your number 3 to maximize the bonus as high as you can get. And then of course with Medarotters, it is the same case. Point base, which means you want to equip the highest one possible. Luckily though, it does look like the main cast will be highlighted as particular passive bonuses, which means even if you miss out on the Medarotters, it still doesn't necessarily clue people out or segregate people from being able to catch on any bonuses. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this event will take place and fan out, and I'm especially looking forward to seeing how the event will develop as we proceed through the month and see the other 2 sets of Evangelion collab bots make their appearance and debuts. On the community front, we are still always looking for translators for the Medarot 3 and Reloaded translation projects. Progress has been made toward Medarot 3, and for those that are out of the loop, Medarot 3 currently is fully translated up to Chapter 1, which means it is still technically considered playable in English if you want semantics over it. Menus have been translated as well, so it will improve with ease of playing, but it still does leave a lot of the rest of the game left to be done. Same can be said with the Medarot Reloaded manga. Lots of chapters have been collected, but not enough chapters have been translated to be posted. If you would like to assist with either of these endeavors, especially since my buddy Variant did say he would like to start on Medarot 4, or at least get the ball rolling on it here sometime in the near future, do feel free to reach out to me or join us in our Discord in the link provided in the comments below, and to definitely get you up to date, and you can ask around and we'll get you to the right people to fill you in on everything that has been done and everything that does need finished up to this point. Now, with the Medarot News Network weekly art highlight, I did have to highlight, of course, with this being the year of the rabbit that was being celebrated, with this piece in particular by my buddy Mono, at Twitter user Mono0, who drew an absolutely adorable piece of Cheerful Bunny in a festive outfit, celebrating the start of the new year, especially celebrating that of her motif, which is, naturally, the rabbit. And to also celebrate this piece here by this Twitter user, that actually did a really interesting take when I looked at the context behind it. If you notice in the very back in that darker segment walking out of the store, that is Iwanoi, or Spike, and Cyan Dog. So this looks like it kind of gave an appearance of what the inside of a shop might look like, and how they may perhaps display various parts and sets in a store for people to either look at or sample or even buy. So I really, really like how that came out as another alternative angle, I guess I could put it. So very wonderful work to the both of you, and if you'd like to see more Medarot art, definitely give both of these 2 people a follow. That being said, I do believe that covers just the first chunk of everything that has been covered in this week, and even more still to come in pending weeks through this month of January. But with all that aside for now, I do appreciate you all for stopping by, just as you always have, especially with the start of this being a new year. And as you see here, the channel got a little bit of a facelift with the with ease of viewing is an essential, especially with a newer background color and some other fixes. So I might be making some other tweaks between now and say when I decide I'm done. But if you do like the new layout or appearance, do let me know, or even let me know of any suggestions that you might have if you think I could do just a little bit better or clean something up. If you'd like to know more or follow us, you can join us on our communities below on Facebook at the Medarot News Network page, or the Metabots Forever communities on there. You can also join us on Discord in the links provided and in the comments below. This is where you'll keep an even closer ear to the ground on the action. This includes any new merchandise, manga updates, game updates, my weekly episodes, or even just an active community in general. That is the first place you will see it before anywhere else. You can also reach out to me personally on Twitter at Isagamikura, so if you have any questions or feedback or comments or have any suggestions for me, my DMs are always open and they will stay open for this very reason. So don't be a stranger, feel free to stop on by and say hello, and I'll be happy to reach out and respond whenever I can. And do also give these wonderful friends of mine a follow as well in the Medarot community. My buddy here, Twitter user MoenCHSci, a fan account that follows a lot of updates on the official channel and a lot of Medarot stuff up close up at home on the home front in Japan, especially highlighting when the new episodes of the anime get aired on the official YouTube channel, as well as focusing on some art every here and there too, which has a very nice soft style to it. And this Twitter user here, UC Sachinashi, I have highlighted in the past a number of times, very well known for the Medarot covers that they had originally on the Nico Nico Duca site, but also fairly recently started posting them to YouTube for Medarotters to enjoy much easier. So thank you for that, my friend, if you are watching this, and I absolutely love listening to your remixes whenever I get the chance to. But that being said, I do believe that covers just about everything for this week's episode, for now anyway. So as always, I do appreciate you all for stopping by. This is your host, Kura Isagami of the Medarot News Network, signing out.